Hi and welcome to the Caretatic YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to download digital terrain modelling data for creating high accuracy terrain surfaces. Similar to how in a previous video we used 5 meter contour data to create a surface in SketchUp after processing in AutoCAD. If you need a rough terrain map without significant accuracy, then feel free to watch that video, in which you'll find a link to the description of this video. To begin, we'll need to download 3 pieces of data from Digimap. Open a browser and navigate to the Digimap homepage. Click on the LIDAR tab and then click LIDAR Data Download. You'll now need to log in with your university account. You can do this by typing in the name of the university or searching from a list. Once you've found the university, you'll be shown a map of the UK. From here we can find our site. For this example, I'll be using the university campus as our site, so entering our postcode, we're ready to select the type of data we need, which is digital terrain modelling data. You can choose to do this by year or have composite data. For this example, we'll be using composite data, specifically England 2 meters. Since we're downloading LIDAR and OS map data, we need to make sure we grab the exact same area in each section of Digimap. This would be very difficult to do when using a custom area as we would normally do when using Digimap. To get around this, we'll be using the tile names. In order to see tile names, we can select this grid button next to our selected data. Once selected, we'll see that the tile name we need is TR1359. Use the Use Tile Name selection option to select our required area. Once you've selected your required area, you should now be able to add the tile to your basket. You have the option to give your download name in order to identify it. Once you select Request Download, your order will be prepared for download. This may take some time depending on how busy the Digimap service is at that time. You will receive notifications via email. The first email will be a confirmation of your order. The second email will be a download link to your order. Once your order is ready, click the link in this second email to download your data. Right-click on the downloaded file and click Extract in order to use this data later. Now we will return to Digimap in order to get the OS map data we need to complete our dataset. Returning to the home page, we'll use the Ordnance Survey tab and select Data Download. The type of data we need can be found under the OS Master Map section. The data we require is topography and building height data. And just as before, we'll be using the tile name to select the area to make sure we get the exact same area as we downloaded previously. Once you've added the data to your basket, you'll need to select the format we download the data in. DWG will be the format we're requiring for this video, and standard is the type of appearance I'll be selecting, but you don't have to use standard if you prefer another. Just as before, you'll receive 2 emails, the second of which will contain the download link to the data you requested. Again, this may take some time. Once you've downloaded the data, extract it just as you did before by right-clicking it and selecting Extract. Once all the data is downloaded, we'll now use this data in Civil 3D to overlay the contour information over our topography. To begin, we open Civil 3D and open our topography file. In order not to overload the PC, and to lock all the references together, we'll need to select the entire topography tile and use the command block. You'll have to provide a name for this block, so I'll just use OS Map for reference. Now on the left hand side, we see the Surfaces section. Right click on this and select Create Surface from DEM. On the menu that appears, you should select the LIDAR digital terrain data you first downloaded from Digimap. Now that it's inserted, we'll need to hide the topography block layer so we can edit our surface data. To hide that layer, right click on it, hover over Isolate Objects, and click Hide Selected Objects. Now we'll need to edit the surface. Go to the surface section again and expand it. Right click on your surface and select Edit Surface Style. On the Display tab, change the visibility of minor contours and major contours. These should now be on or shown, as you can see here. On the Contours tab, edit the minor interval to 0.5, now click Apply and then OK. Finally, select your contours and use the command Explode. This should lock the level of detail and prevent it from changing depending on the zoom level as it would usually. To unhide the topography layer, use the Unhide command. Now when selecting the top view, you should see the contour lines overlaid on the topography layer. You can now save this file as a 2007 DWG, so it can be imported into other applications. At the time of recording, there's a bug when trying to import DWGs, especially in programs like SketchUp. In order to get around this, we can save our DWGs as 2007 DWGs, which seems to be a more stable format when transferring between programs. If you need to deposit your building heights onto your contour lines, we can do that now in AutoCAD exactly as we did in our video covering this subject, which again you'll find a link to in the description. Once you're satisfied, you can import this data into SketchUp, but bear in mind this data is in meters, so you should ideally use the meters template in SketchUp, as it's better suited to deal with the amount of data in this file. You should also be aware that this data is very heavy, so trying to use this data to create a surface may lead to SketchUp crashing. If this is the case, you should decide if you need a surface this accurate and complex for the application you're using it. Some applications deal with this data better, such as Revit or Rhino, so perhaps using either of those may be a way forward for you in this particular case. So, thanks for watching this tutorial. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with videos as they're released. We hope to see you soon, but until then, have a good day.